Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 22 of our All the Mod 7 Let's Play series, where today we continue setting up our Tinker Smeltery, talk about a little bit of occultism, and we fight off a barbarian raid. Let's get started. All right, welcome back. Today we are starting out, back out in our base, of course, and we got a little problem. First off, we're getting close to running out of gold. We have some flu going on. We got some villagers who, Sherry Lynn with her poisoned potatoes earlier. I don't know why she was cooking food when she had the flu. Remember, we were talking about how she should have just taken her days off. She's got leave time. What did I just do? How did Lainey die? Did you just die from? Oh my goodness. Our villagers are just collapsing. Did she have the flu? Did the flu take her out? Like, what the heck is going on? Well, let's go check up on what happened to Lainey here. I like this gravestone waypoint kind of thing that's got going on. Is she in the mine and got like attacked or something? But look, they got, we got some flu going on. That's what all these guys are complaining about, I believe. Yep, look, he's got the flu. You can see the pox all around him. So what we do is just give him a carrot, and a potato, and he'll eat those and get better, and he'll go dink, dink, dink. Maybe. Come on, Luca. You can do it. There he goes. And that'll heal him. He'll get all healed up. Sherry, it looks like Sherry's got the flu again. She does live with Luca, so she probably picked it up from him again, but you were the progenitor of it in the first place. So, like, if you could just not be nasty, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. Just don't be nasty. Okay, well, we only have 2 villagers remaining. We do have a child running around. Luca and Sherry were, they did the thing and got, a child born, so that's good. We do need to look for, where is Bo? What? How did you die right here? Like, did you fall down or something? It's just very suspicious that she died right in this specific spot. Very weird, and it means nobody's going to do any work again tomorrow because, well, they're all dead. Hey, Bo's down there. He has nothing over his head because he doesn't interact with anybody, He just chills down there in his little hut and does his thing. But yeah, okay, so Sherry is dead. We're going to go ahead and put all this stuff in here. And maggots? Did those come from her corpse? That's disgusting. Get out of here. Okay, so flu should be taken care of. Yes. You're still eating. You're still doing your thing. He's still working on this. We haven't really done too much AFKing. So in between episodes, I did a couple things. First off, if you can't tell, particle effects are back on. I don't know if torches did particle effects and stuff, but we have smoke coming out from our chimney and everything, our campfire and stuff. I've got particle effects back on. I went around and I took out all of the Ars Nouveau lights and I replaced them with feral flare lanterns, which is why we're running low on gold. It's just glass and gold, pretty simple, and glowstone, which we have an abundance of. But I took them and I planted them in the ground. There is one over here somewhere, but I just buried them down in the grass and then bam. And the way the feral flare lanterns work is they will light up like a 3 chunk area around their chunk. So like basically around this area, it will light up. So I think I had 14 of them. I placed them in random various spots around our base, and hopefully that is enough to keep everything, lit and good to go. Look at our sugarcane. I haven't harvested this in a while because I haven't need to make any paper frames or anything. So our sugarcane is growing very nice over there. Anyway, over here, we have our grout still cooking. It's taken a while to do its thing. I did go ahead and set up our ender tank down in the ground with a pipe and a seared fuel tank for lava because I got tired of having to put coal in here. Plus, it's not the most, it's not the cheapest thing in the world to do, put coal in there. So we have that going for us. This is all automated. Look at all of these seared bricks. We are going to have tons of seared bricks. Because remember, we had 2 stacks here of grout. And each one of these grout is now making 2 bricks, which actually that seems to be like each one is making. How many stacks of grout? I cannot remember. We must have started with more than 2 stacks. We have a lot of seared bricks. I don't know why we have so many seared bricks. That doesn't seem right. But we do, and I'm going to take it, and I'm not going to complain. Because now we can get into tinkers and we can start working on automating smelting of this stuff. I do need to get another ore crusher dude, but we might hold off on getting another one of him until we can get the higher tier. We'll see what happens. We are like running low on coal though in here. I literally just filled this back up. We do have our emergency coal there, but I want to take a peek and see. You're full, so that's good at least. So he is full on his power. Now, I guess since he is full, does it throttle? Yes. Okay, that's good. It does throttle when it is full on power. It won't, burn through the coal. Because that was one thing I was concerned about. But now we're going to be back to using this. And we're only using 5 RF per tick, but when you're running off of coal power, 5 RF per tick is kind of expensive. So we no longer need the seared heater, but what we do need to get is the rest of the tinker stuff. So we need the smeltery controller, and in order to get this, we need the seared heater. So hey, we do need the seared heater. We also need copper, and I believe it is 4 ingots. Yes. So we're going to take 4 ingots of copper, and we need to pour it on top of the seared heater. Okay. And in order to do so, we're going to need a casting basin. So we're going to get one of those. It's good to have anyway. So we got a casting basin. We're going to need a drain so that we can drain from our smelter. We're going to need a fuel tank, which I already made because I used our lava for that. So we're good to, I have our lava set up there. We're going to get the controller, and I do like to have one piece of at Tinker glass, seared glass. Yeah, part of the smeltery. I like to have one piece of this so we can look into the smeltery. And then we just need seared bricks. We just need a bunch of these. You are seared stone, or we can make seared bricks with 4 of those. Wow, 4 of those turns into 1 of these. That's expensive. Seared stone is 2 things of clay over stone. Or 1 block. Oh, you know what? I could have been turning... No, that's still seared stone. Okay, well, that's fine. I guess we don't have as much as I thought we were going to, but let's get a stack of these. I think a stack will do us, but let's grab 2 just because we have the extra. And we still have more cooking over there too. So this is everything that we're going to need to get a smeltery set up. So we're going to go ahead and tear down this little segment over here in just a moment, though, not immediately. What we're going to do is get this out of here so that this can be out. We can take these. This will process what's inside of here, and then we can break, this setup and get our controller going. So it should be just about finished. We're going to end up with a little extra. No, okay, cool. Just 1 more brick. No, look, we do have a little extra. No? Okay. The way that was rendering was weird, but sure. Let's set this back to break. Give me that. We are going to place our basin down. We're going to set this to have the heater inside of it. We're going to put our copper in here. Now, copper melts pretty quickly, so we don't have to wait terribly too long. It is still redstone controlled, so it's going to automatically pour the copper. Yes. Now it's pouring. It's not rendering the copper for some reason, pouring out of there, which is weird, but it worked. It did the thing, and that's all that matters. And then our smeltery controller ended up in our chest. So what we can do is break all of this. Are you going to retain your lava? I would hate to... I mean, we have to break you either way. Yeah, you do. Okay. Like, I would hate to break it and it doesn't retain the lava, but if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. We're going to want this. We're going to want this, this. And we can build it off of this, right? This is fine. So what we need to do is now put our seared fuel tank on top of this so that it's going to fill up there, okay? So that's going to be the start of our process. Seared fuel tank, we're going to have our glass, and then our controller can go over here. Now, I know this looks funky because I'm not building this like standard, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is take our seared bricks and we're going to lay these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we can have, we'll do a 3x3 smelter. That's perfectly fine. We don't need anything much larger than that. So we're going to go and build this out. Bam, bam, Structure inside is too large. Currently 3 by 17. You're not. Oh, because it was the controller that I was right clicking on, and it was thinking that I was trying to add this to the controller. So that should be a valid controller now, a valid smelter. And you can see that that is true because we can access the UI, which is great. What we want to do now is we're going to go ahead, since we have enough bricks, we can go ahead and expand this. So we're just going to build up. But before we do so, we're going to take a nap once all our colonists are in their beds. Not that it matters, though. We had a death in the village, so everybody's going to be, awake. Or they're not going to work tomorrow, so it really doesn't matter if we take our time or not. And the reason that we're going to build this up a little higher is because we can fit more inside of it. Let's go ahead and just sleep right on our smeltery. One thing to be careful of, once this is an active smeltery, do not go inside of it. You will take damage. You will get blood, congealed blood inside of there, which you can turn into slime blocks if you are, or slime balls, if you are, low on slime or anything, but just something to keep in mind. And now you can see, look at all that extra room that we have. Does it look the greatest? Not necessarily, but it works. We could make it look better by putting the... we can put these around the edge, I believe, and that still counts as a valid. So that way it's at least squared off. But you have to have it on the inside like I have it there in order for it to actually work. There we go. So the only thing that's funky looking is the fluid pipe, but nothing we can do about that because this is an auto export, so we can't put it up top. Okay. So then we're going to need to go ahead and place our drain. We're ultimately going to need 2 of these drains. I should have made an extra one, but I didn't. But that's okay. We're going to break this. We're going to put our drain in, and it's going to activate. Bam. Get our faucet and our casting table or ingot. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I say it doesn't really matter. It kind of does. In order to get things into the casting basin, you have to have 9 total, correct? Because a block, this is going to pour into a block. So you need to make sure you have your raw ore in multiples of 9. Otherwise, you're going to want to use the casting table with an ingot cast. Just depends. This is faster than this. Kind of just depends on where you're at with things. So we have a new child, at least, living here. That's good. And then we can take our lever and we can place it here and activate this so that this will auto export. And we can do the same thing on the other side if I get another drain, and we can have the casting table do its thing. So we can just go ahead and set this up right here. Is that where I set the other one? No, I set it back one. That's okay. Let's move this, and then we'll get another faucet, and then we can do the thing there. So that is basically the process for this. So if we wanted to, we could throw this grout in here, and we could get more grout going, which is probably a good idea. Do we need these seared bricks? Is there another usage for grout? Making the book and literally just these seared bricks. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to swap Maroony this over to here. Seared cast, we're going to get the gold cast. Bam. Same process as before. We're going to put a chest down here and then a hopper going into it. Bam. And that should be good to go. And then we can hopper into this. There is also item chutes that you can do where you can put like an item chute up here so you can hopper into this. But you can also hopper right into the main smeltery controller and everything will work hunky-dory. So we can put this in here and you're going to see it's all going to go in there. Bam, start smelting down. And then it'll auto export over onto this side for us. So we just need to mirror this setup with the lever onto this side when we put our casting basin down right there. Okay. But just to validate that it's working, look at all this grout that we have cooking. And like I said, you can hold a lot more. This already pulled all the grout. Now, it's not necessarily faster, but it works. And we just had to trigger that because we had stuff inside of there. And I broke this stuff, so we have to replace the redstone signal or reactivate it. But yeah, look at that, 16 blocks inside of here. And like I said, it is faster if you do this cast versus the bricks, but it works. With all that being said, we can now go ahead and get our iron dust out of our inventory and set up the smelting of that much faster than we can out of our furnace. So let's go ahead and grab like our iron dust. We have iron dust here. Do we have any other kind of dust? Doesn't seem to be. We're going to go ahead and grab another drain. Bam. You guys can go away. You can go away. You go away. So that's our drain. We're going to need another hopper, which means another chest. And I don't want to make too many of those because we don't really have a whole lot of extra different types of woods. Hey, a cooking pot. And then another chest for the output for the blocks. And we can just use one of our iron chests. That's fine. It's not going to hurt us. So that's going to be all of that. We can put our iron dust in there. I believe I might have more iron dust down here. If not, no. Okay, that's okay. And I'm not going to do anything with this gold until I can crush it. But that's going to get our tinkers set up at least. And so it's going to be, you know, started the automation process for this. So one thing to be mindful of is sometimes you can alloy blocks. So if iron and seared stone were to happen to mix, it would mix inside of the system and create a new alloy. That is something you want to avoid if your intention is not to have alloys in the system. We did forget to put a lever over here, but that's okay because we're going to just switch this over to doing the blocks anyway, and then we'll just grab a lever later. Iron chest, hopper, same process. We're just going to we're not going to be able to do it from here. This guy sits a little higher, so we're going to have to do that. Let's go ahead and stop this from happening. And you can see that it automatically stopped because I had broken the structure here. And so you had to re-trigger the redstone signal. But this is going to make those seared stone. So it's going to pour blocks at a time, which is ultimately going to end up being faster than doing it this way. So we're going to end up with 12 blocks and 1 brick left over. Okay. So what we can do is go ahead and place our iron dust in here, and it's going to go ahead and start smelting the iron dust into liquid iron, essentially, and it will auto-export out into blocks until we have whatever left over, and we're going to have to put those into take the iron blocks and put them into iron form, ingot form. Duh, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so that's that. That's your basic tutorial on setting up tinkers for your basic, you know, a nice little setup for smelting. Now we can get into tinkers if we wanted to for like tools and stuff. We can have tinkers tools. We can get swords. We can get all kinds of stuff if we really wanted to and dive into this. But I mean, I'm really enjoying using Ars Nouveau for most of our stuff, so I'm good to stick with this if that makes sense. Let's go over here and check and see how our coal generator is doing here. It's starting to run low on coal, so it is not 100% maintained here. But we have some uranium, a bunch of gold, 2 stacks of iron, and then some. We have 55 total diamonds in here. That's good. 5 stacks of lapis. So we're getting a lot of stuff. The only thing we're not getting is emeralds, but I believe with this latest version, emeralds are only like in mountain biomes and like way high up in the mountains and stuff. So we're most likely not going to find emeralds in there. But yeah, so that takes care of tinkers, which means we have ore smelting going on that is much cheaper, just uses lava instead of our furnace. So that is a great win. So our next goal is to start diving into more occultism, right? I am going to work on going back into ours, but we're taking a little break from there. And we want to get our reactor casing set up, but we need to get more iron and get more stuff going. So I want to get into occultism so we can go and get our ore genie, so we can work on getting all, you know, those 2 stacks of iron can turn into like 10 stacks of cooked iron ultimately if we get to the highest level of genie. So yeah, that's where we're at. So in order to do so, we're going to go take a look in our book here. We need to do a little bit of progression. Where is my dictionary of spirits, right? So first thing I need to make is a divination rod, which is going to require a spirit attuned gem and some sticks, which is easy to do. We have the spirit attuned gem already, so bam. And if you remember, those spirit attuned gems is a diamond thrown into our fire over there, and it will just turn into that. So we're good to go with that. Let's go ahead and turn this off. In order to get to the Merid Crusher, we need to do this recipe, which is Fatma's incentivized attraction, it looks like. And we need the diamonds, the emeralds, and all that stuff. Let's look at Fatma's incentivized attraction. What is that going to be? for our thing. And we also need to get into Easnium too. So we're gonna check that out. But it is no, it's this and then Fatma's incentivized attraction. So this is gonna require us to get wither skeleton skulls, and is that like, no, this is the dust. So we're gonna need to get white dust, yellow dust, and it looks like red chalk. I'm sorry, it's the chalk. So if you look here, chalk is going to be the white chalk, the red chalk, and the gold chalk. Red chalk is made with Afrit essence, which is going to require us to fight the unbound Afrit, which is going to be interesting. I don't know if we're going to be able to do something like that yet, but we'll figure it out. And then golden chalk is just gold dust glowstone and white chalk. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit down the line, but we'll get there. In order to get the Easnium that we're going to need, we need to do Strigor's Higher Binding, which is going to require purple chalk, gold chalk, white chalk, and then a couple extra other things. And we need to do that in order to get a infused pickaxe so we can get Easnium, right, from the nether. So that's basically where we're at. We also need to get a book of Ginny binding, which is just green dye, which is made from cactuses, which if you remember, we do have cactus. I just don't have any cactus growing. There's cactus downstairs, and I think, do I have cactus in here? I do. I have one cactus. So it's probably in our, mysterious wars have been detected. It's probably in my best interest to set up another one of these create things for like sugarcane, cactus, and all that stuff. But we got to go take care of these bad guys real quick. One thing I've noticed that you can do is, okay, colonists are tucked into bed, but we can take a nap so that we don't have any other spawns, no other bad guys coming at us. And then we can go take care of our raiders in the daytime instead of having to worry about them at night. So northeast is straight ahead of me. And what you're going to do when you're looking for these guys is keep an eye out for... Why aren't you eating? You're allowed to eat toast. Eat the toast. I'm like missing a bar, and I noticed that I'm like not running as fast. Or it's not that I'm not running as fast. It's just, it just looked weird. Anyway, what you want to look out for is like there's a campfire usually where they are. And that's where you know where the barbarians are going to spawn at is the campfire. So I'm not seeing a campfire, and I am northeast. It did say northeast, right? Northeast of Lavender Bay, yes. What I don't want is them to go into our village and then start killing everybody. That would be absolutely horrendous. The bar also won't disappear until they're all dead, so we got to keep that in mind. Okay. Hello? Hello? Barbarians. I am here to destroy you. You and your families are going to be taken out today, not to dinner. Well, I'm not seeing them. Did me sleeping mess it up? It didn't last time I did this, but... Wow, look at this ravine. I'm not falling into that. That would be a disaster. All right. No, scared me. Don't do that. Let's go back over here and see if these barbarians happen to show up. Like, are they in the village? Like, I'm not seeing anything. Nobody's complained that they've died. Granted, we only have like 2 people living in our village now, and some children, of course. But, you know, who cares about the children? Just kidding. I work in a school. I care about the children. Okay, well, I'm not seeing the barbarians, so I guess if they happen to show up, I hope they do. I don't know. I don't want that bar to be over my screen for the rest of forever. But I'm not seeing any barbarians in the northeast. Let's scope the perimeter of everything. Maybe it messed up and it's supposed to be northwest or southeast. Over here. Oh, look, I missed. It's so hard to find these Ars Nouveau things mixed in with all this lavender, by the way. Yep, nothing over here. This is southwest. Yeah, nothing. no barbarians. I guess sleeping scared them off. I wonder if it like messed up the spawn for them, so they actually never spawned in. Like I said, it didn't matter last time, but I guess this time it does. Are you going to do anything with this iron? You have 3 blocks. 4 the blocks of iron. Sir? Yeah, you have 3 blocks of iron. Go ahead and it won't pour them into blocks. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and take that with me then. That's harm. Oh, you weren't supposed to go through that. That's okay though. Take my lever. Well, normally you're supposed to be able to cast that out into blocks. Oh, you know what the issue is? I bet you there's seared stone in here. Yeah, there's some stone left over in here, and so it doesn't want to cast out into blocks. That's okay. I already moved the lever over to this side, so we'll just let it cast out into ingots and do its thing. Yeah, and now we're looking to the southeast. No barbarians. Not entirely sure what is going on with the barbarian spawn here. I'll reload the world in between episodes, and hopefully that will fix this, and the bar will go. Oh, wait, there's one. Haha, they did spawn. Get over here, sucker. Get away from my people. Ugh, harm. I missed. Oh, I missed again. I swear, if you take out Luca, he has been our faithful. Yeah, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Yeah, take that. Yeah, take that. Yeah, 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 yeah. You didn't see that. That's from the Halo days, okay? Anyway, we're going to wrap up the episode here. Next episode, we will start diving into more occultism and go a little bit deeper into this mod. We're going to have to get more chalk. We're going to have to do the thing. We're going to have to craft this infused pickaxe, head into the nether to go get some easnium, and then we can start working on getting better crushers. This ore miner genie, I have used this in the past. This thing is absolutely fantastic. Generates ores from the void. Love it. Absolutely great. We need to get these spirit attuned crystals, which is just 4 of these guys. And also I want to mention, I think that I want to use and try and dive into, I still want to dive into the dimensional storage from occultism. And specifically, I want to use it in place of like the ender chests. We're going to use dimensional storage and these wormholes and all that stuff for ender chest usage. So this will be our void storage essentially. Yeah, that's basically where we're going to be at with occultism. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.